Hey, I'm Joe Weisenthal, co-host of What You Miss, editor here at Bloomberg, and I'm looking at the market movements on an extraordinary night for both markets and politics, as markets sense a a potentially imminent Donald Trump victory in the presidential race. This might be the craziest chart. Actually, let me flip it over. This is a chart of one-day peso moves every single day for the last 5 years. Every little line here is the intraday move. You can see sometimes it goes up 2%, sometimes down 2%, usually something in there. Now come all the way over here. Look at that move. Nothing else like it in a long time, down nearly 13% in a day. Really just shows how much the peso was sensitive to this election and how much of a stunner the results we've seen so far have been. Here's another fun, kind of crazy chart. Bitcoin surging today. I think it's one of the first times we've seen it surge on like clear geopolitical stuff, up 3%. I don't know what the obvious connection is, but if you figure that it's a currency that's sort of a bet against the stability of governments in a way, and I think this result has shaken people's confidence in what they know about the strength of government, then that kind of makes sense. Let's look at the world currency rankings page. Oh, first of all, before we do that, let's just look at what the markets are doing, because they're all getting smashed. We see Dow Jones futures down nearly 700 points, S&P futures down nearly 100, NASDAQ futures down over 220, limit down on the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. It's going to be a brutal day tomorrow. Your 401ks are definitely going to be looking worse tomorrow than they did today. Let's look at the currencies. The Japanese yen, that's really the big winner right now. The Japanese yen is one of the traditional safe haven currencies. It's really insulated from a lot of this political risk. It's a very sort of domestically stable country. Japanese yen surging 3.4% today. Danish krone, another one of these, is outside the Eurozone. Czech koruna, euro, so a lot of strength there. If you look down at the bottom, we mentioned the peso, but some of the other big emerging market currencies, South African rand, Turkish lira, both of those getting hit. That kind of tells the story. Anything else people want to see?
Just an outlook for tomorrow. What should we expect tomorrow morning?
Well, it's going to be bloody. I mean, there's almost no question that tomorrow's going to be brutal. One other thing I was looking at a little earlier is if you look at VIX futures, this is it's essentially the VIX volatility index. It's surging today. It's almost at its highest level since the Brexit vote. To be honest, I'm actually a little surprised that it's not at Brexit levels yet already, but it's not quite. But it's really exploded. It was at 16, now at 22. So, I mean, I don't know what the long term or even the medium term holds, but based on these aftermarket movements, it's going to be an extraordinarily big sell-off in markets tomorrow.
Can we look at futures? Someone just asked about that. I think you might have shown it.
Yeah, the futures. Let's take another look. On this chart, you see Dow futures down 690, S&P futures down 97. If we just sort of want to look, if you want to look at how everything behaved this evening, the 3-day chart is really great. And so you can see around 8 o'clock, the markets were very optimistic that Clinton was going to win. A lot of people thought that she had Florida in the bag, and if she had Florida in the bag, then it was all over. But I mean, you could just see it was at 2150 around there, and now at over 2,000. So that's a over 100-point drop since 8 o'clock at night.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.